Problem 7. The ratio of the measures of two acute angles is 5 to 4. So that means x over y, x and y being acute angles, is the same thing as 5 over 4. Now, with this understanding, we can write one in terms of the other. Let's say let's say in this case, y, right, is the same thing as 4 over 5x. So we write everything in terms of x. With this, the complement of one of these angles, let's assume it's the complement of x. 90 minus x, that's the complement, right? Complement is 90, is twice as large as the complement of the other. So that's going to be 90 minus 4 over 5x. With this understanding, we can basically manipulate it and solve the question, because that is going to be 180 minus 8 over 5x, right? If that's going to be the case, then we can isolate x, right? 8 over 5x. So if we isolate x, we can add 8 over 5x on both sides to get negative x, right? Plus 8 over 5x. It's the same thing as 90. Now, we also know that what is the following expression of this? That is the same thing as 3 over 5x, right? If that's 3 over 5x, then x is going to be equal to 90 times 5 over 3, which is the same thing as what? Well, that becomes 150. So if x is equal to 150, right? If x is 150, then y is equal to 120. So what is the sum of the two angles? Well, we obviously did something wrong here, so let's go back to the drawing board. Y is the same thing as 4 over 5x. 90 minus 4 over 5x. So the complement of one of these angles. So actually, this doesn't even make sense because y originally was larger than y originally is less than x. So the complement of this would be greater. So that means it should have been 90 minus 4 over 5x gives twice of 90 minus x. This should have been the expression that made more logical sense. So yeah, ignore all that. So this should have been actually 180 minus 2x, right? And then if we add 2x on both sides, negative 4 over 5x plus 2x is the same thing as 90. And if we have this expression, then what can we say? We can say that that's 5, 10 over 5, right? 10 over 5, so that's 6 over 5. So 6 over 5x, so 90 times 5 over 6 would be our answer. Yeah, that makes more sense. So if we divide by 3, that's 2. If we divide by 3, that's 30, so that's 15. So that's 15 times 5 is 75. So that means x is 75, right? If x is equal to 75, then that means that y is the same thing as 15 times 4, which is 60. Right, so now we finally have acute angles, which is the correct, because we're given acute angles in the first place. So 60 plus 75 is 135, so your final answer will be answer choice C.